All right, I'd like to welcome everyone for coming out as we welcome one of our own home. A quick housekeeping item, we'll take opening remarks from our Chancellor, our Chairman, Chris, and open up questions for media. So, Chairman.
Have you done this before? You ready for me?
You're ready.
All right. You had me confused there. First off, thank you very much. And I can tell you this, I have no desire to sit here again, unless we get rid of somebody of our choice. But we sure don't want to lose anybody else. So we're truly excited about today. The Chancellor and I talked, I guess, a week ago when all this came down, and we decided we were going to do this quick. We were going to make the right decision. We're going to move forward, and we're going to do better than we did last time. And I think we continue to do that. And we're just thrilled to have Chris today and introduce him as our new athletic director. I mean, this is a guy that knows how to roll his sleeves up and get it done. I look at Chris and I see a lot of myself in Chris. But to be a Cougar, to play football here for 3 years, and for his team to vote him captain, that ought to tell you about the integrity he has and what the people around him think of. You always look for leaders in life, and I just think that we've got the right guy. He got to work here. He got to go out and work for another great university, the University of California at Berkeley, and learn. I always believe that people need to go out and see how other people operate, because everybody operates a little bit differently. This is an exciting time for University of Houston with everything we have going on, especially in our athletic department, which we are talking about today, with our new football facility, our new basketball arena. We have an extremely good football coach, an extremely good basketball coach, an extremely good baseball coach, and women's sports are doing well right now. And one of the things that I told him, we don't want to be successful just at the big three. I want our women's sports to be as competitive. We want our women's tennis team, our volleyball team, our women's basketball team, and gosh, I'm not going to name all of y'all, and of course our swimming team and all the others, but we want to be successful at all sports, not just the big three. And I think this is the guy to get us there. We did this quick. We only had a few people involved. Gerald McElvey, Board of Regent of mine, helped me tremendously in this, and I appreciate your guidance. And I'll let him ask Chris all the good questions, so I can be the good guy. So, but great job, Gerald. I really appreciate it. And I don't think Spencer's here. So, and of course, the support from all of our Board of Regents who are here today. Hopefully, any other of our Board of Regents here? Ex-chairman or whatever. I've got our student regent. Glad to see you here. Glad to see it was so important to him. It's Tuesday, a busy day, and we're just thrilled. And Chancellor.
Thank you. I totally agree with Chairman. There's just never been a better time to be a Cougar, to be in Houston, to be involved in the athletics program. You know, if you look around, you can see that we've had our former athletic directors who have really each one left the university better than what they found it. They have built a foundation. They have truly built a platform for us. If you look at it, you can see the facilities that we have now, $260 million worth of investment. Beautiful facilities. Some of them are probably best in the nation. We have extremely good coaches, very competitive coaches. We have great talent in our student athletes. We've got very involved fans, excited fans, and very engaged students, and even faculty tailgates that are worth joining, and enjoying. We have all of this, but what happens when you have all of this, when you have a good foundation, you got to figure it out how to build a good structure. When you have a good platform, you need to figure it out how to launch something big. So along with all of this, our expectations have gone up as well. We expect to win national championships. We absolutely expect to be playing in New Year's bowl games. We expect to be in Omaha. I'm waiting for that. And we expect to be in Sweet 16. Yes, I mean, our expectations are high. So when your expectations are high and when your launch pad is right, you look for a leader who has everything, the skill set, a vision, commitment, courage, but I think most importantly, who has passion. Because you can train people in other things, you can send them to workshops, you can never train people in how to have passion. So when we were looking for our new athletic director, I think we found all of these things in Chris. He was here as a team captain, I believe, when Andre Ware brought his Heisman Trophy home. He has been here, he has been at NRG, and he was director of football operations here. Then he went to University of California, and he honed his skills there. And from there now, this was the right time to bring him home so that he can help us do what we have always been dreaming of, all the goals that I've outlined. This is an extremely challenging job. I would be the first person to say that. This is a very interesting job, very important job, but at the end of the day, this is probably one of the most gratifying jobs in the nation. We are building something here, we're building something special in the 4th largest city in the United States. So with all of these expectations and with all of these dreams that we have, I think we have found the right person. So to you all, I present to you your next athletic director, Chris Pezman.
Thank you all very much. Thank you. You know, I keep saying this, and I found myself, if anybody that knows me knows I talk a lot, and I found myself many times at a loss for words, and if I pause, just bear with me because I'm trying to find the right words to fit the moment. It's funny, I had a chance to walk out and meet the football team this morning, and it was 1988, almost to the day. I was one of those young freshman football players, and we were going to Hawaii to go play in the Law Bowl. And to see and feel those kids out there that are getting ready to have that same opportunity, and knowing I was there with them, and I see many of my former teammates over there that kept me out of trouble while we were there. It's an exciting time. First, it's important that I thank Chairman Fertitta and Chancellor Couture. It's not every institution that has the ability to have the alignment with the regents, with the university administration, and with the athletic department to define success and to define expectations. And it's not just expectations of winning, it's winning at a high level and sustaining that as we move forward. It's a challenge that I welcome and one that I know we will be able to achieve together. Somebody that I know isn't here today that's part of our department, I'd be remiss if we all didn't think about him, is Mike O'Shea. He's a wonderful Cougar. His wife is sick and he's with her. We spoke, and if anybody gets a chance to give them a prayer or shoot them a text, they're a great representative of what we all aspire to be as far as their commitment to the university and to our student athletes and their growth. I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of former student athletes and some current student athletes. Would you all do me a favor and stand up for a second? I just want to give you guys and give this room a chance to recognize you. Stand up, Holly, you guys, Jay, all you guys stand up today. Hickory, come on. Jason, Leroy. The current student athletes, they're what we're here for. They're the lifeblood of this institution and of this department. And you can build incredible facilities, which have been done here, but what we put in them with the people, that's what we're about, and that's what we will be about, is having great people. To our donor community and our supporters, thank you. I see a lot of familiar faces. You guys have been here through thick and thin. Looking forward to a lot more thick. Some really good times. The University of Houston community, the vibrance that comes with having played on campus and seeing what happens here when we play Louisville on a Thursday night, and how this place rocks, and the student section and the cage sway. That's an incredible image, and we're going to be able to replicate that very soon in the Fertitta Center. I look forward to that. To the city of Houston, because we are the University of Houston, and the support that we receive from the city. And of course, and certainly last or least, is my wife Marisol. Marisol, please stand up. She and my kids have been incredibly patient with me during this process. When I told them we were moving to California, they had this look of horror. They didn't know what we were getting into. And when we told our children Sunday night, our middle daughter started crying, and it scared me. And I wasn't quite sure, and she was actually crying over tears of joy. She was so excited to be coming home. She knows what this institution and this city means to us. And our son and our youngest daughter couldn't be more elated. So you'll see them soon. They had finals this week, so they weren't able to join us. When you come back to your alma mater and you're in this industry, sometimes it's a job, but coming back here in every facet, it means more. And, it means more energy, more effort, more dedication, commitment, all those things. It just means more in every possible way. And I look forward to leading this department in that sense. Just make sure I don't miss anything here. As we strive, and as we met with the staff just prior to coming over here, several points that we'll emphasize is excellence, as we mentioned, in every facet. In the classroom, I brought up DeJuan Hines this morning. He's a young football player on our team that's graduating. A young man graduated with a bachelor's and a graduate degree, and switched positions 3 times and was an all-conference linebacker this year. That is the epitome of what we're looking for in the kids that will represent us moving forward. As we represent ourselves in competition, what we succeeded and achieved 2 years ago in the Peach Bowl, it's not going to be a one-hit wonder. It's going to be sustained success in those areas. Our men's national championship team, the 4x100 with track and field. Baseball, hosting regionals. Swimming, diving championship this last year. 5 conference championships last year, and 11 of 17 teams participating in postseason play. Those are the levels of excellence that we expect to achieve, and we will continue to achieve. The university is going through a period of unprecedented growth with the recent acquisition of the medical school, with the leadership of Chancellor Couture and Chairman Fertitta and the Board of Regents, and the facilities that we're building. It's a very special time to be here. It's quite an honor for me personally to be here. You find yourself, it's humbling. When you're younger, you think you're ready for this opportunity, but I'm not sure if it's ignorance or arrogance. When I got the phone call from Chancellor Couture Friday, there was a moment of sheer excitement, but there was also a moment of anxiety, because you realize it's your institution, and you appreciate the magnitude of leading the department through this period and leading it for a long time. I don't plan on being here for 1 year, 4 years. This is my life. This is my home. This is Houston for us. This is everything. So I'll close with I couldn't be more excited to be here to lead your program, and looking forward to continued success. And those of you that I haven't had a chance to reach back out to yet, don't take it personally. I went from about 5 Twitter followers to about 5,000 over the course of the night. I'm trying to get back to everybody as quickly as I can. And those of you that don't own season tickets, I know who you are, and I will find you. Ready to get started.
Well, congratulations. It's great to have a Cougar, we just want to win, and we know you're going to be here for lots of years, and we really got the right guy. We're really happy.
Thank you.
With that, we're going to open up the questions to the media. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you.
Chris, welcome. You hear these championship expectations, and this is big stuff. How do you do that? How do you navigate this wildly changing landscape of intercollegiate athletics from here at U of H?
You do it every day. You know, you're engaged. It's about having the right people, supporting them, giving them the resources to be successful. My job is to eliminate excuses, and by doing so, giving them the resources to be successful, to get the kids in here to be successful academically and socially, and on the field. That's my job. That's what I'm responsible for.
Welcome back, Chris.
Hey, Joseph. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Just curious, from the last time you were here, how beneficial going somewhere else was for you, just to get that experience, get that role that you had there, and kind of set you up to be in position for this job?
It's invaluable. It's that university in many ways replicates many of the challenges that we face here at the University of California, or at the University of Houston. At the University of California, they have similar challenges, trying to define themselves in a large media market, trying to sustain success. They have it in some of the Olympic sports, but trying to do that in the primary revenue sports is key. Having been there through changes, unfortunately having to make a coaching change, but being part of hiring a new football coach and seeing that and putting together a great staff, being part of the senior management team in a very diverse campus that's socially charged. You get a little bit of everything in Berkeley, and it will serve me well here.
Kind of want to follow up with what Chancellor Couture had mentioned. This university in the last just few years alone has undergone a huge transformation athletically with the new facilities. All your major sports coaches are in place, so that's not a priority. What's your, I guess, the road, the early path that you'll take in terms of what you see as a priority with the athletic department?
Sure. We actually we stuck on to campus last night and drove around. And I was here about a year ago in town and made a point of coming through campus. But just even in the last year, my wife actually started crying at one point just from the sheer amount of change that had occurred and what a different place it is and how excited we were. So right off the bat, reassessing, getting to know everybody. It has been 4 years since I've been gone. I have stayed in touch with people, but there's a lot of new faces. Getting to know who they are, what they do, and how they fit as we move forward. That'll be my initial assessment. And then also being as active as I can be in the community, raising money, selling tickets, making sure that we have a great environment when people come onto campus to experience the University of Houston, because it's not just a spring event, it's an experience for the campus, and making sure that they have a great opportunity when they come back. And then also getting to know the coaches and understanding what their needs are and where they are in their program and where they feel they are headed. So it'll be a lot of talking, a lot of listening.
You touched on what this means to you emotionally to be home. How did this place shape you? How did this place get you to this point in your career where you're ready to come lead this athletic department?
Sure. It sounds like an interview answer, and maybe it is. And I shared this while we were talking. Every step I took along the way was intentional, and with the hope of being able to come back here. I started here as a student athlete, was a graduate assistant, went to work in the AD's office as an administrative assistant, sat outside the door when the Southwest Conference left us out, was there when we joined then Conference USA, and then was in that role. Chet Gladchuk came in and went into an operations position, was in that for a few years. every one of those steps helps shape you and get a better understanding of what you believe will lead to success. Had a chance to work for a sports marketing company for about a year, and then joined Reliant Park, which is now NRG, while they were shutting down the Astrodome and building the convention center and opening the stadium, and when the Texans were an inaugural franchise. You learn so much, either through contacts, seeing things done the right, and more often than not the wrong way. Mistakes that are made that you realize, hey, those are opportunities to grow, and you file those away and hope that you don't make those moving forward in the future.
Tilman, does this hire just feel different? I know you mentioned at the beginning that you've done this a few times now. Does it feel different to get one of your own, and was that a priority to find someone that maybe not have so much have ties, but that could be here for the long haul?
Definitely. We were, the one thing we were going to make sure is whoever came here stayed here because they wanted to stay here, or we were going to lock them up to stay here. And we didn't have to do that. I mean, Chris wants to be here. Chris wants to help us get into a Power 5 conference. I'll say it again. It's just a word. You can win the NCAA basketball championship and not be in a Power 5 conference. Many times throughout the decade, teams that aren't win it. Same in baseball. And in football, if the University of Houston would have gone undefeated this year, they would most likely be playing one of the 4 teams in the playoff. It's just words, and do you get a bigger budget? Yes, because of television. That's really all it is. It doesn't mean that you can't compete to the highest honors in any sport. It's just a word. And do we want to be there for TV? Absolutely, because it's just all about money. And if you have more money, you get what you want. Look at the Houston Rockets. So yes, we want a bigger budget. We want a bigger budget at the University of Houston to be more competitive. But that's no excuse not to win, because you do go look at other schools' facilities. If you look at these facilities around here now with baseball, basketball, football, training facilities, we're a Power 5 conference. And Renew and myself, and we're just ecstatic to have a Cougar, and he's ecstatic to be here, and his family's ecstatic to be here, and we appreciate it, and we just think this is going to be great, and we're just truly excited.
Anything else? Do a quick photo op down in front.
I've never been number one.
Hold it here. Let's get it. Make sure it's straight.
Yes, please.
You are.
Yeah.
Randy, you all good?
Yeah, I updated one last night. I needed more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Thank y'all. Hated at the ceremony. That's right. When we went up there, he'd already won it. It was the next year. That's right. It was the next year that they changed it to where they bring everybody. Yeah, back then we knew when we got on the plane. That's right. It was different. I forgot about that.
But you did go to the touchdown club.
Oh, we did all the. Oh, yeah, we stayed there and went to the party the night before with all the Heisman Trophy winners, and then the huge the party on Saturday night was, I think, at the Waldorf, like 1,000 people. Well, it's not the touchdown club; it's the New York Athletic Club.
New York.
Right. It was the New York Athletic Club. So yeah, I remember like it was great. Well, congratulations.
Kind of reiterate what you were saying on the stuff. I mean, this is, and everybody I've talked to in this building today,
you're getting one of your own. I mean, that says a lot right there. You got a guy that's got Cougar ties.
And, absolutely. And anytime you can bring a guy home that not only is a Cougar, but really knows what he's doing. I mean, he just really impressed me when I sat him down and could we just fire at him, and he had the right answers. And then to be a Cougar and to be the captain of the football team here, I think we upgraded. I truly think that we've got the right guy that really wants to win, has the passion. And I'll tell you, it's not just a job to him, it's passion. If you want to win in athletics, we all know you better have passion. And Chris has it, and we're all excited.
And the Chancellor pointed out, I think you did too, was everything is placed with facilities and the way the programs are. It's in good shape, and now it's time to go to the next one.
100%. I mean, we have the facilities here. We've got good coaches in place. And, just want that guidance who isn't looking for the next job. And Chris is not looking for the next job. Chris wants to take us a long way. And I think this was really a big step. And I think all of us in Cougar Nation are really excited.
I got to ask you, while I got you, a lot of these hockey fans in town keep saying, where's it stand? Where's it stand? What can you brief us on this? I know they're talking expansion of the league too, but what about
there's different opportunities, and we're kind of looking at all the different opportunities, and I'm not going to make something happen if it doesn't feel right, but we're on top of it. We talk about it every day. And it could happen in a year. It might not happen for 5 years, but I think it'll happen one day. But it has to be the right opportunity. The National Hockey League is not the NFL or the NBA or MLB, but it's right there. And I just want to be careful and make the right decisions. But the people that live in Houston and with all the transplants we have from the north and the east deserve an NHL team. Okay, we are the 4th largest city in America, and I would love to have a team here. The National Hockey League is continuing to grow. It's getting better and better. Their fan appeal is getting better and better, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get one here in the next few years.
Lastly, how about these Rockets, man? I know you're fired up. Another comeback win last night. How exciting is that for you?
It couldn't be any more exciting. I mean, to be 21-4. I mean, we just. You talk about U of H being set up. I mean, I have a great management team at the Rockets. I just had lunch with Tad, but we have a team that is really special. And everybody knows their spot. And I've gotten to know all these guys on the team so well, and their chemistry is everything. And all you have to do is look at other teams out there and realize they don't have chemistry. This team has an unbelievable chemistry. Everybody knows their place. And the gap between us and Golden State is really, really thin right now.
Can't wait that next matchup between those two.
Yeah, but it's just one game. When it's going to count is when you're playing them in 7 games.
It's all about May and June.
It's all about May and June, and we definitely want to be playing in June. So we're excited. It's exciting.
Awesome. Congratulations on the hire. Great
All
hire.
right, take care.
See you soon. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
Tilman,
David Beer for these.
6540.
Got my Houston number. I was going to say, you still have your Houston number.
Yeah, so these guys can call and harass me.
Exactly. It's nice to meet you.
You too.
Hey, Chris,
Yes.
Randy McAvoy.
Yes, good to see Randy. Yes, sir. Know you.
We just got through talking to Tilman. Can
Sure,
we grab you,
please
or do you
do.
want to
No,
finish up with them? We'll
Is
be,
there, real quick, let me do this real quick.
do this.
Yeah.
Do this.
All right.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'll be upstairs. Excuse me. Sorry.
No worries, man.
Let me here. Hey, Les. Well, talk about soccer. Oh, hey, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Sorry. Hey, Randy.
A lot
Sorry,
of people
man.
say hi to you.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we've met down the road.
At some point, yeah, bumped into each other. I was probably harassing you. So,
No,
thank
congratulations, man.
Thank you.
This is awesome for you. Well, I've got
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah,
713
204
204
6548.
6548.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
I will.
Yeah, please do. And then
send
hit
you
me
my
up
number,
and then I got it.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Well, I know this is a lot's happened in a short period of time. It's all sinking in. Just being here, U of H, Red, the supporters. How emotional of a day is this for you?
It's words. It's trying to find the right words to express the surreality, if that's even a word, of the moment. It's just. you know, to have somebody that you respect like Chancellor Couture and Chairman Fertitta have confidence in you to lead the department, it means a lot because you know what they've gotten done here and what they've done in life, and that they feel confidence in you to be able to run something that's the front porch of the university. It's quite an honor.
You mentioned up on stage here that everything you've done, the big picture was you hoped there would be that opportunity to come back home.
Yeah, every step along the way was very intentional. That at one point in my life, I would hope I'd have the opportunity to have a conversation to be the director of athletics here. And you know, when you're younger, you think you're ready, and you're really not. And hopefully, when I had that moment of sheer anxiety when they offered me the position, it told me I was ready because you appreciate the significance of this opportunity.
How the last 4 years at Cal Berkeley, what you were able to accomplish there prepared you for this moment?
Absolutely. The University of California at Berkeley is, you know, a very dynamic place in many aspects, and you get exposed to the highest of the high from a campus that's filled with Nobel laureates and Olympic athletes, and then you deal with a $20 million deficit in the athletic department, and how you're going to make that work in a very active campus community that is critical of the mission. And so you don't have that here. And the leadership that you get from the chancellor and from the board of regents, it just makes it a no-brainer. It really does. I'm glad to be home.
Lastly, so I know you got to run.
No, it's okay.
You're coming on board. Facilities are outstanding.
Yeah, really
a lot
are.
different when you were here 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Got great coaches in place in a lot of these programs. Does that make your job a little easier
Absolutely.
in the transition?
Yeah, it does. You got a lot of things that are already in place, so you're not coming in and having to hire a coach or let somebody go. You're not having to worry about finding you know, a large chunk of funds to get a stadium up and running. We're in the home run stretch of finishing an outstanding complex that supports the department. So it gives me a chance to breathe a little bit and do a better assessment of what I think we need. But really what I'll be focused on is revenue generation as we move forward, trying to figure out ways that we can maximize the resources that we have available.
Very good.
All
I know
right.
you're busy.
Thanks, bro.
Welcome
Really
aboard,
appreciate it.
man.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Look forward to seeing you around.
Look forward to working with you.
Yeah, me too.
We'll be around.
Best guy for the
Thanks,
job
Dave.
right here, man. How you doing?
It's a five.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I live here in Houston, you know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
So, anything I can help you with, just know.
We'll talk soon. Thanks,
I'm
man.
here for you.
Thanks. Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. I was so excited because this time, in my head, I said, here's the perfect